African American women have always been leaders in our community, and today's panel is certainly proof of that. Bridging the Gap, an intergenerational gathering of women, features women who are leaders in politics, in business and industry, and in civil rights. These sisters are getting together, talking about what it took to get them where they are and how black women can help advance the agenda, not just for black women, but for the entire African American community.
This is groundbreaking because we need to start closing the gap in the sense of our theme. We're talking about breaking down the walls between women of different generations. The Twitter generation and my mama's generation need to start talking, and my generation.
We also felt strongly that the struggles of any of our young girls were tied to that lack of a strong sisterhood that we see forming through these tributes, through you, and through the intergenerational dialogue that we are really very excited to see taking place today. So we hope that you use this occasion to reach out to women outside of your generation and to begin the dialogue about how we can work more closely together to address the many needs that women really face today, that African American women face today.
Our hope is that we will build this and move sojourner movements in your district, that you would want to have a part of this as we as women of the Progressive Black Caucus and all of you come together. We believe that the hand that rocks the cradle controls the world, and that's women. Only women can bear children. God made us with certain inalienable characteristics that only women have. Rosa knew it, Harriet knew it, Sojourner and others knew it, Mary, the mother of Jesus. It is your responsibility during these difficult times that we rise up as African women and save our children, help our families, secure our seniors. And that's what this is all about. We want a movement. We want you to be part of it.
Congresswoman, absolutely wonderful event today. Why did you think it was so important for black women to get together and talk about supporting each other across age lines?
And it's going to be international because the hand that rocks the cradle controls the world, and that's women and girls. So we thought 2 or 3 years ago that we come together and bring women, African American women and African women in the diaspora together so that we can join in a sisterhood, so that we can mentor each other, feel healthy about who we are and whose we are, and then go out and build the kind of economic, social base, and political base that we need. So that's what you're going to see over the next 2, 3, 5 years. We're putting it together so that young girls can know that they are queens, that are seasoned like myself and others in between, from the 10-year-olds to the 60-somethings, that we are a part of a sisterhood that God has put together. And through that, we can save ourselves and build economic, social, and political partnerships that will lift up our mighty race, strengthen the black family, and move it across the world.
Sojourner Truth could not read, she couldn't write, but she could talk. And when you find yourself in a position like she was, to begin to say, and ain't I a woman? It takes God to put you in a position that you cannot put yourself. Grace, when you make mistakes, and all of us have made mistakes, and your friends and your enemies can't use it against you, that's grace. And guts, even when you're scared to death, you continue to move forward. Wouldn't you say that Sojourner Truth had a whole lot of guts? Yes. And ain't I a woman?
Here with Bishop McKenzie, the first female bishop in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. So why was today so important?
It was important for us to be able to have a dialogue with the younger generation who feel that, women in high positions don't necessarily take the time and so forth and so on. And so to have this cross-fertilization of ideas, to hear where they are, they can hear where we are, so we can find ways to mentor, to bring them under our wings and show them the ropes and share our experiences, because we want them to do better. And we want them to do better than our generation.
Now,
ain't I a woman? My name is Dee. Truth, Sojourner Truth. Ain't I a woman, fearfully and wonderfully made? Good morning. I am so excited, and I am tweeting. I asked permission today, so forgive us, the youngins that are in the room with the legends. In all due respect, I will be tweeting everything that Bishop says and everything that you say. which is one of the 4 languages that we speak. So, yeah. Twitter, Facebook, email, texting.
The incredible Dee Marshall. So you were rocking it on the panel today. You had so many amazing things to say. Why was today so important?
Oh my goodness, important because of the sisterhood here. And it was important, well, one, for the sisterhood, but two, the blending the generations. It's passing the baton, making the connection, and not realizing our differences, but realizing what it is that we share in common. So it was extremely important. The sisterhood, it normally happens within the generation. However, across generations, it doesn't typically happen. So it was extremely important for us to have a healthy conversation about how we create a win-win for 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, particularly in this space that is so driven by social media.